What a movie this was. I got to watch for the first time A Quiet Place, which was written and directed by John Krasinski. Or should I say, it was masterfully directed. Because this movie is phenomenal. I want to talk about the stars first. You have John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, who are actually married in real life. And um, hang on. Their performances are amazing. Mostly with John Krasinski, how he tells his kids to stay silent and all, and how everyone does all the sign language, as well as Emily Blunt. Now, the scene with her giving birth while the creatures are around is what I would consider a masterclass in tension and suspense. Because if she makes a sound, she's a goner. However, the monsters don't attack her, thanks to fireworks. But when we start the scene off, when we start this tension off, the people, everyone's grieving over the death of one of their kids they lost because of sound, and then all of a sudden, her water breaks, and so she rushes back, and then she steps on this nail, which is probably the most painful thing. Oh my, or it's one of the most painful things I've seen, I can think of. And then she breaks her picture. The tension starts to build. She makes a sound, and then even if it's really even if it really injured her, or if it she manages to get her foot off the nail, and then she tries to walk back up, and then one of those creatures are now in the house. So she gets this little clock, she sets the timer, and when that goes off, she runs back upstairs into the tub. It's all really great tension built up, and that's one of the best things about Krasinski's directing. The kid actors are also really good, especially that one girl who's actually deaf in real life and is in this movie. Kind of like how Krasinski and Blunt are married in person and are also married in this movie. I guess it's a coincidence, but it can only be a coincidence if it only happens once. I don't know. But I don't think they are the true stars. In my opinion, the true star of this movie is the sound. Because, throughout this movie, we don't get a whole lot of dialogue. And it's mostly, in the form of sign language. But it's from, the perspectives. Whenever we're in the perspective of the death girl, it's just nothing. We don't hear anything. When it's other characters, we can just hear some stuff, soft wind and any other noises. That's really great, especially in that one moment where the two kids are in the truck, and then that one creature just rams into the car. That one boy has a really terrified expression. Now that's amazing. Oh man, I can't think of anything else to say. I think one of my favorite scenes is the slow dance that Krasinski and Blunt do, which was actually the song they used in their real life marriage. I also really like the moment we see with Krasinski and the kid, when they're at the water, with contrast of how loud the water is and their voices. I don't know, there's just a lot of great stuff here. I just can't talk about it all in this one video. Because, with a lot of movies, it left me speechless. I just can't think. It's also crazy how this movie was released by Paramount Pictures, and this came out in 2018, and this was also the same year that Paramount released Mission Impossible Fallout. And it's also funny how Paramount released probably my two favorite movies of 2018. I guess you could say 2018 was probably a year for Paramount. Go figure.